Hello ladies and gents, Alex here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm just about to go to New York tonight and I slept like a buffalo until freaking 4 p.m. This is the life of a cabin crew. It is what it is. Anyways, today's video, finances and how cabin crew actually spend their money. What am I spending my money on? Let's say you are a cabin crew in the Middle East, in UAE, and you have a salary of $3,000 a month and the accommodation is provided. So you basically have a free will with what exactly you will spend your money on. What do you actually need to spend your money on is groceries, right? Food mainly, and the internet. Apart from that, you don't really have immediate expenses. You don't really have something that you have to spend money on. So most of the people coming into this job, they have their free will. They can spend their money on whatever they want. Maybe there's a bit of a difference when it comes to women, as they have to do their nails and all their, hair stuff and eyebrows and things of this nature. So maybe that's a bit of an extra expense. But for guys, we oftentimes use the products 9-in-1: shampoo, conditioner, motor oil, all of the shebang. I'm just kidding. We don't. Maybe 3-in-1. 3-in-1 is fine, right? Shampoo, conditioner, shower gel, and so on and so forth. But other than that, we don't really have those expenses that some of the girls may have. Now, when I first came to the UAE several years ago, I felt rich. Like I felt like my cabin crew salary here, it's worth so much, right? Making a good paycheck, not having to spend money on anything, and just feeling like everything is affordable. It was like this before 2020, guys. Before 2020, you just felt, it just felt different. But nowadays, obviously, we have inflation. Prices of goods are up all over the world. So you don't really feel that rich anymore on a cabin crew salary. However, you still feel okay. You still feel like you get a good paycheck for the amount of work you put in, which is great, to be honest. Now, I always had this kind of investing mindset. I always felt like I need to think about my future and I need to secure my future no matter which paradigm I am following on. So as soon as I came to Abu Dhabi, I obviously didn't just spend my whole salary on nonsense. I think the first 6 months, I really enjoyed my time. I went out a lot and, went to dinners with my batchmates and so on and so forth. Had some random expenses, which is great. I bought my first GoPro back then. I bought a car after 6 months of living in UAE. Which I actually needed. I wanted to be able to go places and, go to Dubai if I want to randomly on a Saturday morning. So I needed a car in order to do that. But again, that's not a must. That's not a must do. If you want to come to this country and just be frugal and just save money, it is absolutely fine. You can do that. So let's say the first year I kind of splurged a bit. Also, you have those amazing layovers. You want to take advantage of them. You want to go out to see places, to visit those places, and to spend maybe money on a nice dinner in those places with a view and on the freaking canal, right? So of course those things, they cost money. Now, taking all this into account, how do I manage my finances as a cabin crew after all this time? Well, I bought my first apartment 2 years after I joined the airline. So I bought my apartment. I had a loan taken from UAE. The rates here are flat, so you can take loans for cheap, and the interest rates is not high. So it's easy to take a 3 or 4 year loan in UAE and then buy an apartment back home if you're, let's say, from a country that is not crazy expensive when it comes to real estate. So that's what I did. I bought a place and now I'm renting it, which gives me a certain amount of money every month because I'm renting the place. So that's a great deal, right? It's a good thing to do because this job will not last forever. So you want to be prepared by the time you leave the job. You want to do something that will provide you with a level of income. Passive income, they call it. I wouldn't say it's so passive because, as you guys know, when it comes to apartments, I bought my place, but I still have to rent it and I have to deal with the guy renting it from me, right? So I still have to actively pursue that rent money and, you know, talk to that person. And in case any problems come, I have to solve them, fix them. I had some issues in the bathroom at the rented place, and then the heating system didn't work. So there are certain things you still have to deal with. Things break. So that's an extra expense. So it is a passive income overall, but I wouldn't say it's as passive as people think it is. But nevertheless, an apartment, a property that's a good value. I also paid my loan. I returned that money back in a few years only. With COVID, I ended up paying for 5 years, but without COVID, if COVID didn't happen, I would pay that loan only for 3 years. Only for 3 years. And I got myself an apartment back home in Romania. So it's pretty good. The life of a cabin crew, right? You can get a good deal in certain aspects. Now, one thing that I also invested in heavily, and one thing that I have right now, and I think it's a good investment, is cryptocurrency. Now, many people will say, oh, Alex, stay away from that stuff. It's a scam, blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, it's a scam only for people that go on Reddit too much and, you know, they look for scammy comments and they get invited to Telegram stuff and I don't know. But crypto is very straightforward. You just make an account on one of those exchanges like Binance or whatever. You buy your crypto and that's it. You wait for the price to go up. When it goes up, you have the opportunity to sell. You sell it and you make money. It's like anything else. It's like stocks. It's just a bit different from stocks because you can have more volatility and you can have way higher returns, in my humble opinion. Also, the technology of blockchain, it's really interesting to me. I've always been fascinated since a few years back. I think it paves the way for the future. So yeah, it's a very good thing to do. It's a very good thing to invest in cryptocurrency. In 2021, actually, I made profits. I didn't make much. I made maybe 2 salaries of cabin crew profits, worth of profits, which is not much. It's not much, guys, but it is something, and I learned some lessons along the way. So now, in this new cycle of crypto, I am doing much, much better. I have a big amount of money in crypto right now, maybe more than I should, but it already returned. So maybe I'm up almost 3 times already, which is great. And it's gonna be growing much higher in the next year. 2025 will be the peak of this bull market. So I'm super confident and excited about it. And yeah, it's a hobby. I would say crypto is a hobby for me at this point, right? I always watch the prices. I invest in certain coins. I don't know, I think I have around 50 coins total, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is the quality of those assets, of those coins. So yeah, this is what I put my money in momentarily. Now I also have some savings apart from that. I think it's good to have cash on hand. I do invest my money constantly, right? But I also keep some cash on the sidelines just in case I will need it. I think it's important for everybody to keep at least 6 months of salary as savings, at least 6 months of salary, right? That's basically a safety blanket. You can fall off whenever you have issues, whenever you need money. And it's, you know, it's very important. It's very important to be financially literate, guys. One thing I also invested in the past was precious metals. I think the price of gold and silver will go up perpetually in the future, so it's good to be mindful of that as well. If you want to have stability, you can go for precious metals, right? Also stocks, but stocks, I kind of always compare stocks with crypto, and crypto gives me much higher returns than stocks. So therefore I choose crypto instead of stocks, if that makes any sense. But if you want, again, if you want more stability and if you want to be sure of your investment, you can go with stocks. Investing in stocks is basically real assets, real companies out on the market. And if you like a company, let's say you like Apple, right? You have your phone, right? An Apple phone. You like Apple, you think it's a good company, you think it will go up forever and they will make better products in the future, you can invest in Apple as a company, right? You can buy Apple stock. So there's a lot of things that you can do. That's why the cabin crew job is really cool, because you don't really have immediate expenses, because you come in this country and everything is paid for. Your accommodation, your transportation, your utilities are paid for. You just have to buy your internet provider, right? And you just have to buy food every day. And of course, miscellaneous expenses, right? Everybody has that. But everything else is optional. So it's up to you what you do with your money, which is great. You can do great things with your money. We have a lot of cabin crew that are also investing in courses. I also did that myself. It's good to sharpen your skills and maybe look for an alternative about what you will do in your future. So investing in courses. Some people, they do a second college during the cabin crew job. It's super hard. I will not recommend it. And it's very hard to finish a college, even online. While having this job. For example, this YouTube channel, I'm working on my YouTube channel sometimes in my off days. Whenever I'm off, right, I will make a video, and that takes a lot of time and effort, and maybe it takes away from that rest or from that me going out socializing with people. So I have less of a personal life and I'm more focused on this. So it's really difficult. But I think it's good. It's good to think about your future, and it's good to invest in your future. Hobbies like me doing this YouTube channel. So there's all kind of things that you can do as a cabin crew, all kind of ways to invest your money and spend your money. And also along the way, you might want to be careful. I see a lot of my colleagues being drawn out by the mirage of the Emirates, right? The mirage of UAE, in which you want that Birkin bag, you want that fancy car, you want to be noticed by people, you buy the latest clothes, you go to Massimo Dutti, you go to, I don't even know the name of those stores, but anyway, you want to look exquisite, to be trendy, fashionable. You buy the latest sneakers all the time. You have a collection of sneakers because why not? You can afford it, right? So basically, I know a lot of people, a lot of colleagues of mine, that they have no money at the end of the month every month. And that can be an issue. Long term, that can be an issue. Again, everybody can spend their money however they want. If you want to just buy bags and shoes every month, you are free to do so. I just don't see it as a super wise financial decision. But this is just me. This is just my opinion. I also invested a lot of money in things that maybe it was a bit too much at certain times, like new laptop, phones, and my cameras. I have too many lenses for my cameras that I don't use. I have 2 different cameras. And granted, I did use them quite a bit for my YouTube channel, but oftentimes if I have a vlog, if I do a vlog somewhere in a destination, I just use the phone with some microphone attached, and that's plenty enough. So I see this a lot of times. Even my colleagues ask me, hey Alex, I just bought a camera, I want to start a YouTube channel, but they end up never using that camera. So it's, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things that you're like getting prepared for that social media exposure, to be an influencer and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, you buy that camera, you buy that gear, you buy those microphones, and you just don't use them. That's also a lost investment, if you ask me. One other thing that as a guy, I see this happening a lot in UAE, and it's not only about the cabin crew job, but a lot of guys here, they just try to impress the girls. They go to expensive restaurants, they pay for their dinners and all the fancy stuff. And, they overspend. They just overspend so much money on those girls. And oftentimes I would say it's just not worth it. The juice is not worth the squeeze. If I meet a good, capable, intelligent woman, I think that she will also be financial literate, and she will not want us to just splurge on absolute nonsense every time. So you have to be really careful as a guy with those dates and spending money left and right just to impress a girl. You can impress a girl in certain different ways. For example, many guys, they just buy fancy cars just to have a nice car to get the girl, you know, attracted. It's just nonsense. So it's a lot of things to discuss here, but I would say as a guy, you have to be really careful in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi, because I think sometimes people want to take advantage of you, and you have to be careful with that. You have to be careful with that. Anyways, also girls, they have to be careful of weirdos. So that's another thing. That's a different story. But yeah, I think I rambled too much in this video. Anyways, I am doing very well at the moment. I think my life is on track financially speaking, and I wish that for everybody that's a cabin crew member that comes into this job. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so everything that I talk about this video, take it as an entertainment or whatever you want to take it as. Otherwise, yeah, you come here, you are new in this job, enjoy the first year, spend money on whatever you want, but if you want to be financially responsible afterwards, you have to start thinking how you can achieve those goals. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Please let me know if you enjoyed this video. I hope it is not ending to be too long. I think it's already too long of a video. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.